The night Cristiano Ronaldo became Patrick Vieira's worst nightmare. The night Manchester United faced Arsenal was never meant to be about Cristiano Ronaldo, at least not at first. Old Trafford was tense, heavy with history, because Arsenal were still the intimidating force of English football, a team built on power, discipline, and fear. At the heart of that fear stood Patrick Vieira. Tall, commanding, ruthless. He was the kind of midfielder who dominated games before the ball even rolled. For years, young wingers had learned to stay quiet when Vieira controlled the center of the pitch. That evening, Ronaldo was just a skinny, flashy teenager, still accused of showboating, still doubted by English pundits who believed tricks had no place in the Premier League. As he warmed up on the touchline, you could sense it in the crowd. Curiosity mixed with skepticism. Sir Alex Ferguson had told him before the match to be brave, to keep demanding the ball, but also to respect the moment. Arsenal were not just another opponent, they were a test of character. When the whistle blew, Ronaldo started wide, hugging the line, feeling the rhythm of the game. Early on, Vieira's presence was overwhelming. He barked orders, snapped into tackles, and imposed himself physically. Every time Ronaldo received the ball, Arsenal players closed him down quickly, trying to intimidate him. But something was different that night. Instead of shrinking, Ronaldo's eyes lit up. He wanted the challenge. Each touch, each dribble felt like a personal statement. The more Arsenal pushed him, the more he leaned into the battle. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, the balance began to shift. The first real warning sign came when Ronaldo took the ball near the halfway line and accelerated. One step, then another, his long stride eating up the grass as defenders backed away. Vieira moved across, confident, experienced, certain that this boy would either pass or lose control. But Ronaldo didn't slow down. He changed direction in a heartbeat, dragging the ball with the outside of his foot, slipping past the first challenge. The crowd rose, sensing danger. It wasn't just skill, it was audacity. Arsenal had faced talented players before, but few dared to challenge Vieira directly. Ronaldo did it again and again. Each time he received the ball, he invited contact, almost daring Arsenal to stop him. Vieira found himself chasing, adjusting, reacting instead of commanding. That was new, very new. Ronaldo's dribbles were not pointless tricks, they were purposeful, slicing through space, forcing defenders to retreat. You could see frustration creeping into Arsenal's body language. Vieira began stepping out earlier, trying to cut Ronaldo off before he gained speed, but that only created more space behind him. United sensed it and fed Ronaldo constantly. With every successful run, the noise at Old Trafford grew louder, heavier, turning into belief. This was no longer a boy learning the league. This was a player imposing himself on one of its giants. And Vieira, the nightmare of so many attackers, was suddenly being pulled out of position, dragged into uncomfortable territory, exposed in ways he wasn't used to. As the match wore on, the psychological battle became clear. Ronaldo wasn't just beating Arsenal with pace and technique, he was attacking their confidence. Each time Vieira lunged and missed, Ronaldo stood taller. Each foul, each desperate attempt to stop him only fueled his fire. There was a moment when Vieira clipped Ronaldo from behind, frustration written all over his face. Ronaldo picked himself up immediately. No complaint, no hesitation, just demanded the ball again. That reaction spoke volumes. Experienced players often test young stars with physicality, waiting for fear or anger. Ronaldo showed neither. He showed hunger. Arsenal's defensive line began to stretch, unsure whether to step up or sit back. Ronaldo exploited that uncertainty brilliantly, drifting inside, then wide, constantly changing angles. Even when he didn't score, his presence shaped the game. United's attacks flowed through him, and Arsenal were forced to adjust their entire structure just to contain one player. On the sidelines, Sir Alex watched closely, knowing he was witnessing something important. This wasn't just a good performance, this was a transformation. Ronaldo was learning in real time how to dominate elite opponents, how to bend the game to his will. And Vieira, a symbol of Arsenal's authority, was no longer dictating terms. For the first time in a long while, he was reacting, scrambling, trying to control a force that refused to be controlled. The final whistle at Old Trafford did not just signal the end of a football match. It marked the moment when Patrick Vieira realized that the balance of power had shifted. Arsenal, once the kings of England, walked off the pitch frustrated, exhausted, and unsettled. Manchester United had not simply beaten them, they had exposed a new reality. And at the heart of that reality stood a young Cristiano Ronaldo. Vieira, a man who had dominated midfield battles for years, could be seen shaking his head as he left the pitch. He had faced great players before, Zidane, Figo, Beckham, but this was different. Ronaldo did not challenge him with strength or authority. He challenged him with fearlessness, with speed, with a refusal to be intimidated. Every time Vieira tried to impose himself, Ronaldo responded by asking for the ball again and again and again. In the tunnel, Sir Alex Ferguson didn't raise his voice. He didn't need to. He knew what he had just witnessed. This was no longer a talented teenager learning the English game. This was a player announcing himself to the most ruthless league in the world. Ferguson later said that night confirmed everything he believed about Ronaldo, his mentality, his courage, and his hunger to dominate the biggest opponents. For Ronaldo, the match became a turning point in his mind. He had grown up watching Arsenal's invincibles, watching Vieira command respect from everyone on the pitch. But on this day, respect was earned, not given. He learned that legends could be challenged and that reputation meant nothing once the ball was rolling. From that moment on, Ronaldo stopped playing with hesitation. He started playing with conviction. Years later, when Ronaldo had conquered England, Spain, and Europe, this match remained quietly important in his story, not because of goals or trophies, but because it was the day he proved something to himself. The day he looked one of the most feared captains in football history in the eye and refused to step back. Patrick Vieira would always be remembered as a warrior, but for one unforgettable afternoon at Old Trafford, he became something else, a witness to the rise of a player who would go on to redefine greatness. That match didn't just turn Ronaldo into Vieira's nightmare, it turned him into Manchester United's future and football's next global icon.